Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda Marsalis. Welcome to Heard It on the Shark. I'll be your show host, and Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area is your show sponsor. Heard It on the Shark is a weekly interview show that airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi. Then it's released as a podcast on all the major podcast platforms. You'll hear interviews with the movers and shakers in North Mississippi who are making things happen. I'll talk to entrepreneurs, leaders of business, medicine, education, and the people behind all the amazing things happening in North Mississippi. When people ask you, how did you know about that? You'll say, I heard it on the Shark. Heard It on the Shark is brought to you by the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area. We want you to get out and discover the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of the Mississippi Hills that are right in your backyard. And of course, we want you to take the Shark 102.3 FM along for the ride. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda with another episode of Heard It on the Shark. And today in Sun Bear Studio, I have with me Dr. Dax Glover, who is the brand new Superintendent of North Tippah Schools. Dr. Glover, thank you so much for coming in to talk to me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to come on here and talk positively about our school district.
You've come into a time of change at North Tippah. For those who don't live in Tippah County, I'll say that North Tippah is about to enter a process in which they are going to consolidate high schools and go from having Walnut High School and Faulkner High School, and they'll end up with a North Tippah High School.
The two high schools will consolidate into what's called North Tippah High School, and then Klebiet and Faulkner will remain pre-K through fifth grade. So those students will have an opportunity on each end of the county to remain there in their elementary schools.
Now, what would make a person such as yourself, and you're a young man, what would make a young man like you decide to walk into a situation like that could be a difficult process to go through?
Well, it was an interesting process, and it all happened extremely fast. Of course, I've moved up through the educational ladder a little bit faster than most people do. Spent 3 years in the classroom and then became an assistant principal after that. And after 12 years in administration, became head principal at Tishomingo County High School. And then, just kind of thought that's where I wanted my next step to be, and, applied for the job. Thought I had a good conversation with the board, and they decided to go in my direction. And of course, the consolidation issue didn't really scare me off because I'm from a consolidated product of a school district. I didn't go through the consolidation as a student, but I'm a product of that, and kind of understanding some of the issues and things that they have to deal with. I thought, with my expertise in that area that I could help them smoothly and effectively get through that transition.
So let's talk about that. You are from nearby Tishomingo County,
Mm-hmm.
and way back in the day, Tishomingo County was already, all the schools were in one school district,
Yes.
and you guys consolidated high schools.
Yes. So there was Burnsville, Tishomingo, and Belmont School District that were the county schools, and then Iuka had their own city schools. Well, then in the late 80s and early 90s is when they consolidated into two high schools. So they took Burnsville, Tishomingo School, and Iuka School and consolidated that in grades 9 through 12 into what's called Tishomingo County High School. And then Belmont kept their high school, so they're a K through 12 attendance center. So kids from Burnsville, Iuka, and Tishomingo all go to Tishomingo County High School, and then the Belmont kids can stay at the Belmont High School.
Your elementaries, did they all remain them?
Yes, Burnsville still has an elementary. Iuka and Tishomingo, all three have their own separate elementary schools. Burnsville is a K through 8 institution. Tishomingo is a K through 8 institution. Iuka is a little bit separate. They have a K through 4 institution and then a 5 through 8, and then those three schools, middle schools, consolidate and feed into what's called Tishomingo County High School.
So you're well aware then of what it's going to take, or what it looks like on the backside of what a consolidated school looks like. So give me some of the positives that you look forward to seeing happen at North Tippah.
Of course, we go to school for ABCs and 1, 2, 3. We all love sports, but it's the academic part that really can blossom and take off when you can combine these schools and give kids more opportunities. Anything from more AP classes, advanced placement classes, more dual enrollment classes where they're actually enrolled in college while still in high school, and then more electives. Like at Tisch County High School, just for an example, we have a class where they record podcasts. They do we have a weekly news channel, and that's just because we're combined and we have more teachers. We're able, to effectively be able to have more teachers to teach those electives. It's not like that's required by the state. Now you have to teach the things that's required by the state, but then you can branch out and do, if you even wanted to, you could do like some schools, not at Tisch County, but they have what's called like college ready English, for example, where that's a little more rigorous and in their curriculum, and they can take it a little farther for the kids that know they're going to college. And then they have just general English if you wanted to break it into that way. So the academia part is really where you can blossom and give those kids more opportunities, because that's our job as educators. We want every student to leave college or career ready and give them every opportunity to be successful. If that's getting them more career technical or workplace options, because every kid's not going to college. So we've got to be able to provide every opportunity for every student to have a pathway to success.
Would you say that the citizens of Tishomingo County jumped on board and everybody's all happy that it's a one big consolidated high school? Is that the end game with the adults?
Well, when you have such a large group of people, everybody's not going to be happy with any decision you make. It doesn't matter if it's consolidation or hiring a head football coach or teaching English and math. Everybody's not going to be happy, but you just got to keep in mind that as educators, we have to do what is in the best interest of the students. And of course, we believe that, giving more opportunities and providing what these students need to be successful is in what their best interest. And there, in Tishomingo County, for example, 33 years later, everyone is still not happy, but as a product of that consolidated school district, I'm very happy with the education that I received, the opportunities that I received as a student, and I'm also thankful that my own kids have those opportunities available to them, and that the kids that are still in that district have those opportunities. So, is everyone going to be happy? Absolutely not. But we just hope they understand again that it's what's best for those students, and we want to give them every opportunity to be successful.
When Dr. Lance Evans found out that he was going to leave New Albany and go be the superintendent of the state of education, I asked him this question in an interview, and I'm going to ask you the same question. Are you a person who likes to go in and immediately start making changes because you know what your end game is, you want to just get after it? Or are you a person that likes to watch and just see how the pieces all fit together, and then in a year jump in and start making changes? Which way do you like to go?
Well, I guess I can say I'm kind of 50-50 in the middle, because the great thing about North Tippah is it's not a bad district. It's a really good district. So they are doing some things extremely well, but then there are also some things that, from the outside looking in, some things that I've personally had some success with, and our leadership team where I came from had success that, hey, they're not doing this, so let's implement those things. Just for example, there's some areas of growth with the college and career readiness accountability portion and the ACT. There's some room for an improvement there. So those are some things that I immediately want to implement and try to tackle and help our students in our district. But then again, there's so many good things that are going on that, you can sit back and probably keep a lot of those things in place that are going on. So some things you sit back and monitor and evaluate their effectiveness, and then some things you say, hey, again, this is what's in the best interest of the student, so let's jump in there and let's fix this.
Dr. Glover, I look forward so much to watching your progress and watching you succeed with bringing North Tippah into its consolidated state. I'm so glad to have you on the team here in Tippah County.
Well, first of all, just, I want to thank God for the opportunity, because he's provided me with with a great supportive family and provided me an opportunity to be where I am. I believe everything is put in place for a reason, and my goal is to, for the students of North Tippah School District, is to create a pathway to success with no dead ends, and I'm going to work relentlessly with our team, and it is a team effort. It's no one person can get anything done, but we're going to work relentlessly to ensure that every student is given the best opportunity that they can, and I'm so excited to be here. I wish school started tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's been great. There's great people. I want to thank everyone and thank people like you for giving me the opportunity to come on here and talk about it a little bit and just get to know me, just a homegrown boy from Burnsville, Mississippi, given a chance, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
Y'all, this has been Dr. Dax Glover. He is the new superintendent at North Tippah School District. Thanks again for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Okay, Shark fans, that's it for this edition of Heard It on the Shark. Tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to find out what's going on with our local community leaders. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for an interview, or if you'd like access to this interview, you can go to our website, shark1023.com, and click on the podcast tab. Keep it tuned to the Shark 1023 and have a great rest of the day.
The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area was established by the United States Congress in 2009 and represents a distinctive cultural landscape shaped by the dynamic intersection of Appalachian and Delta cultures. This intersection has produced a powerful concentration of nationally significant cultural icons, including King of Rock and Roll Elvis Presley, First Lady of Country Music Tammy Wynette, blues legend Howlin' Wolf, civil rights icons Ida B. Wells Barnett and James Meredith, America's favorite playwright Tennessee Williams, and Nobel laureate William Faulkner. The stories of the Mississippi Hills are many and powerful, from music and literature to Native American and African American heritage to the Civil War. The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area supports the local institutions that preserve and share Northeast Mississippi's rich heritage. Begin your discovery of the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of our region by visiting the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area online at mississipphills.org.
This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted, and Sun Bear Recording Studio where the interviews are recorded. We need your feedback and support. If you listen to the podcast on a player like iTunes, Google Podcasts, or Amazon Music, please subscribe to the show and leave us a review. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcasts. Today's episode was produced by Melinda Marsalis. It was edited by Rick Williams and engineered by Chris Marsalis. The podcast technician is Joyce Grady.